Welcome to the Memes channel. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Welcome to the community where great and curious minds gather to get understanding and explanations on complex and very awesome topics. For you to get the most out of this video, I just need three favors from you. Make sure that you are in a quiet area and turn the volume up so you can hear what I'm saying. And please watch the video all the way through, because in this video, I will help you understand the four-stroke engine and how it functions. Without further ado, let's hop into this great video. Before I start explaining what does what and get you confused, I want to tell you the components that contributes to a four-stroke engine. We have the piston, the crankshaft, the connecting rod, and the intake and exhaust valves. The rotation of the crankshaft, which is then converted into linear motion by the connecting rod to the piston, creating power that is transmitted to the wheels through a transmission system. So the larger the stroke, which is the displacement of the piston, the larger the amount of air and fuel mixture inside the cylinder. This is regulated by the opening and closing of the intake and exhaust valves. This mixture is then ignited by the spark plug, which is located on top of the cylinder. The four-stroke engine is called so because from the top to the bottom, which is intake, bottom to top, which is compression, and then the third time it comes down, we have combustion. Pow! Combustion. We also have exhaust. Let me explain to you what really happens during those piston displacements. That is very important. Okay, in the first stroke, the piston is moving downwards. And during that time, the empty space between where the piston is and the top of the cylinder, where the spark plug is, all that is empty space, cannot seem to exist because it will disobey the laws of physics. Then there's an intake valve which opens and let air from the atmosphere enter the engine, enter the cylinder, while the piston is all the way down, which is called the intake stroke. And when all that air and fuel mixtures comes into the cylinder, the timing chain tells the valve to close up. The intake valve closes up, and then the piston starts to move back up. It goes all the way up by where the spark plug is, then it compresses. All that air and fuel mixture is all compressed up here. It's all compressed. It just wants to release all that energy. That is called the compression stroke. And when all that happens, so as you know, the crankshaft is still rotating. So it needs contact from the piston to do that work, right? But it cannot just stay there because it gotta come back down. So for that to happen, the spark plug comes into play and ignites all that air and fuel mixtures, creating using heat transfer, because there are a lot of particles inside that mixture. So the particles that make contact with the spark plug gets energy from the spark plug and shares it with its surroundings, and then that makes a big explosion, and that pushes the piston back down. Okay, piston moves back down with a lot of force and power, and that is called the combustion stroke. So now that the piston came all the way down and all that energy is gone, it has to push back up, has to go back up, because it cannot just stay still. The crankshaft is doing something also, you know. So it starts to go back up. The timing chain or belt tells the exhaust valve to open up and let all that gas burn smoke gets out of the cylinder, and then another cycle repeats. Please, if you learned something, one thing or two in this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because I promise you I will make great videos